Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into one of the most enduring mysteries of human civilization, the ancient Egyptian pharaohs. These weren't just kings and queens, they were considered divine rulers, intermediaries between the gods and mortals. For over 3,000 years, the pharaohs ruled over the Nile River Valley, overseeing a civilization that left behind an indelible mark on human history. We're talking pyramids, hieroglyphics, mummies, and a level of political stability that most modern nations would envy. So how did they do it? Stick around, because in this video, we're going on a journey through time to uncover the secrets of the pharaohs and their incredible reign. Around 3100 BCE, King Menes unified Upper and Lower Egypt into one powerful state. Imagine bringing together two different cultures under one banner. Menes wasn't just a king, he was the embodiment of both Upper and Lower Egypt. This concept of a ruler being both a political and religious leader was fundamental. The pharaoh's authority came from a divine mandate. They were chosen by the gods and their word was law. This fusion of the secular and the sacred set the pharaohs apart. It's what allowed them to establish a lasting dynasty. Now imagine a world where your ruler isn't just a king, but a god. The pharaoh was believed to be the embodiment of Horus, the god of kingship, while ruling. They maintained Ma'at, the cosmic order, ensuring the sun rose, the Nile flooded, and the crops grew. Disobeying the pharaoh wasn't just treason, it was sacrilege. Upon death, the pharaoh transitioned to become Osiris, the god of the underworld. Their tombs, like the pyramids, became gateways to the cosmos. This divine connection wasn't just a matter of faith, it was the bedrock of Egyptian society. It justified their absolute power, commanded obedience, and ensured the continuity of the dynasty over generations. We often marvel at the grandeur of ancient Egypt, the pyramids, the temples, the sheer scale of their achievements. But behind this magnificence was a surprisingly modern invention. A complex and highly organized bureaucracy. Constructing something like the Great Pyramid of Giza required meticulous planning, resource allocation, and coordination on a massive scale. The pharaohs divided Egypt into provinces, each ruled by a governor who answered directly to them. These governors were responsible for collecting taxes, maintaining order, and overseeing large-scale projects. Scribes kept records, drafted decrees, and ensured that the pharaoh's will was carried out across the land. This intricate network of officials and administrators allowed for a level of centralized control that was practically unheard of in the ancient world. It's a testament to the pharaohs' foresight that they recognized the importance of a strong administrative system in maintaining their power and ensuring the prosperity of their kingdom. Building a civilization as enduring as ancient Egypt required a strong military. The pharaohs were supreme military commanders. Imagine the pharaoh adorned in gold, leading his armies into battle. The Egyptian army was formidable, equipped with chariots and bronze weaponry. They defended Egypt's borders and expanded the kingdom's reach. Military victories secured trade routes and valuable resources. Pharaohs projected power to deter enemies. Temple carvings depicted their military successes. Even with the most powerful army and the most efficient bureaucracy, an empire cannot thrive without a solid foundation. For ancient Egypt, that foundation was the Nile River. Every year, the Nile would flood, depositing rich silt across its banks. This predictable cycle of flooding created some of the most fertile land in the ancient world, making Egypt a breadbasket of the region. This agricultural abundance was the lifeblood of ancient Egyptian civilization. It provided the food surplus that allowed for specialization of labor, the development of cities, and the construction of monumental architecture. The pharaohs recognized the river's importance and built their entire civilization around it. This control over the Nile, this ability to harness its power, was fundamental to the pharaoh's success. When we think of ancient Egypt, images of majestic pyramids and imposing temples come to mind. But beyond these wonders, the Egyptians were masters of innovation, pioneers in medicine, mathematics, and astronomy. Imagine physicians setting broken bones and using herbs for treatments. They developed geometry to survey land and construct pyramids with precision. They charted stars, developed solar calendars, and aligned temples with astronomical events. Their innovations laid the groundwork for future science. Maintaining an empire for 3,000 years takes more than just brute force. It requires diplomacy, strategic alliances, and a deep understanding of geopolitics. The Pharaohs were masters of the diplomatic game. They forged alliances with neighboring kingdoms, often through royal marriages, securing their borders and expanding their sphere of influence. These weren't just political transactions. They were carefully cultivated relationships, built on trust, mutual benefit, and a shared understanding of the interconnectedness of nations. The Pharaohs also understood the power of soft power. They engaged in extensive trade networks, sending expeditions to distant lands and exchanging gifts with foreign rulers. These diplomatic efforts were crucial in maintaining peace, facilitating trade, and ensuring the stability of the Egyptian empire. They were a testament to the Pharaohs' diplomatic skills and their ability to navigate the complex web of international relations. One of the most remarkable aspects of ancient Egyptian civilization was its longevity. For over 3,000 years, the mantle of Pharaoh passed from one ruler to the next, ensuring a continuity of leadership that most civilizations could only dream of. The throne typically passed from father to son, although there were exceptions. This ensured a smooth transition of power, preventing the kind of political chaos that often plagued other ancient empires. The pharaohs groomed their heirs from a young age, providing them with the education, training, and experience necessary to rule effectively. They learned the art of governance, the intricacies of religious rituals, and the strategies of warfare. This system of succession wasn't foolproof, of course. There were periods of internal strife, power struggles, and even brief interruptions in the dynastic line, but for the most part the system worked, providing stability and continuity that were crucial to Egypt's long-term success. The long reign of the pharaohs wasn't without its peaks and valleys. There were periods of extraordinary prosperity, military expansion and cultural flourishing, times we now call the Golden Ages. One such era was the Old Kingdom, a time when the pyramids, those enduring symbols of Egyptian civilization, were constructed. Then there was the New Kingdom, a period of resurgence marked by military conquests under pharaohs like Thutmose III and Ramses II. These golden ages weren't just about military might or architectural grandeur. They were times of artistic innovation, literary masterpieces, and a flourishing of Egyptian culture that left an indelible mark on the world. The pharaohs of these eras, like Akhenaten with his religious revolution, weren't just rulers. They were patrons of the arts, architects of grand visions, and leaders who pushed the boundaries of what was possible. But even the mightiest of empires eventually crumbled. The same forces that had propelled ancient Egypt to greatness, internal strife, external threats, and the ebb and flow of power, would ultimately contribute to its decline. External threats emerged, with invaders like the Hyksos armed with superior weaponry, challenging Egypt's dominance. The once impenetrable borders were breached and the balance of power began to shift. By the 6th century BCE, the once mighty Egyptian empire was a shadow of its former self. The Persians, led by Cambyses II, conquered Egypt in 525 BCE, marking the beginning of the end for independent pharaonic rule. Although there were brief periods of resurgence, the arrival of Alexander the Great in 332 BCE signaled a definitive end to the pharaonic era. Egypt would be ruled by a succession of foreign powers, its ancient traditions slowly fading into the sands of time. The story of the pharaohs is more than just ancient history. It's a testament to human ingenuity, ambition, and the enduring allure of power. From their humble beginnings as unifiers of Upper and Lower Egypt to their reign as god-kings, the pharaohs left behind a legacy that continues to captivate and inspire us today. What do you find most fascinating about this ancient civilization? Let me know in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this journey through time, be sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future explorations of our incredible universe. Thanks for watching.